If there's time, the words come alive. Your pain will fade, and I see one more smile. Dreams we made, and what's left unchanged. And the song I'll play if there's time. In the day the sun runs breeze, raise the covers and you'll see the moon shining in harmony. Reminds you of your darkest dream. If there's time, I'll see you tonight. I look outside, but no one's inside. Crowds roll by, and that seems alright. And we'll gaze at the stars if there's time. All that's real will always be, though it fades, we'll always see your face inside the light, and you'll see their smile if there's time. If there's time.
You Be Traveler, If There's Time. Now this one, I liked, if you want to call it partial harmonies, I'm not sure what else to call it, because it just, when it kind of started to go to an higher octave, he had that little bit of backup to it, but just a very chill song, like I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, he definitely had striking, sort of strong vocals, and it's quite deep and moody. But it had kind of a 70s feel for me. I don't know if you'd agree with that, but yeah, I enjoyed that. Enjoyed it.
Right on, Dan.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. Really quite melodic, and I agree with you. It was just gorgeous. Just a gorgeous sound and tone to that song. Very kind of dreamy, kind of otherworldly. I quite enjoyed it.
Right on. So, back to you, Dan. Have you been lately, or do you have any gigs coming up that you're doing to kind of promote yourself a bit, or are you kind of just kind of keeping off the road and just focusing on the music right now?
I just recently had one. It was up in Pennsylvania. It was a benefit. It was a fundraiser for Cumberland Valley Animal Shelter, and Franklin County Live Music put it on, where essentially we all gathered, and 6 or 7 acts gathered and played music to benefit the animals. It was really cool, and it was quite a successful endeavor. And I have another gig coming up at Reed's Winery. I've been playing a lot of cool coffee shop and farmers market gigs.
Right on.
And just kind of just organic, just fun stuff at this point. Just having a whole lot of fun with it.
Well, the farmers market gigs have got to be a lot of fun, because I mean we have a few here around London, Ontario, and when I go there, I mean there's unfortunately there's never any live music, at least the time of day that I'm going. But I think to myself sometimes it'd be cool because there's such an open space, so there's so much room, so they're not pigeonholed. So if people don't want to listen, they can kind of move on their way, right? But if they want to listen, there's a huge area, so it's got to be interesting because you get so many different walks of life there.
Right. Yeah. You get it's fun kind of people watching as well, and a lot of folks will stop and and listen for a while and move on. And it's just such an open space. It's actually the Chambersburg Farmers Market, and they actually have live music every Saturday. There's an amazing amount of live music up in south central Pennsylvania, in Franklin County, just north of me, actually. And that's where most of my gigs are, because one's in Gettysburg, Chambersburg, kind of that whole area. It's a very, very nice area.
I haven't been to Gettysburg since I was 15, but it was probably one of the coolest trips I ever did. Short and sweet. My dad's a big history buff, so I have an older brother, younger sister, and we all did we'll call it history tour. So we stopped in Gettysburg and did the whole Civil War battlefield. And let me tell you, that was one of the coolest things ever. And I still have a few pictures from that time. And my favorite picture is my sister and my brother behind a cannon, and I'm running away. so very cool. I've been there. I really enjoyed it. And I'm actually going to be in Mifflinville, Pennsylvania, on the weekend of the 24th, 25th, and 26th, because I'm going to a wedding.
Oh wow!
And I've never been there, but I know it's a kind of small little, very small community.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. Wow! I hope you have a wonderful time. That's awesome.
Can I just ask you, Dan? Do you have a favourite venue? And is there anywhere that you find gigging quite special?
Yeah, actually, in Gettysburg, that Reed's Winery is just a beautiful old house with a gorgeous room. And my friends from Strung Tight, avmusic.com, kind of introduced me to that. And what it is they take a genuine interest in your writing, in your songwriting. They like to know the background behind the songs. They listen very intently. It's actually Reed's tasting room and cider house. They're just fabulous people, and the folks that come in are very respectful to live music, because some establishments they're not.
Right.
But yeah, I would say Reed's would indeed be my favorite. And actually the farmers market is a wonderful place too. Just open air, under a tent, play 9 to 11 in the morning while people are shopping for produce.
Well, that's right, eh?
Sometimes it's, yeah.
I was going to say, talking to me, I'm from Somerset, and cider's our big thing in the UK, so it's quite. You just walked to my heart, and I do like wine, so there you go. That must be a great venue.
You know what? Just before we get to our next song here, I just had to point this out, and I don't know why, but I'm not sure, Dan, if you heard this too. But B, when he said Somerset, you almost went North American from your.
Did I?
Yeah, you went, and then Somerset is like, what? Wait, what?
That was my Somerset accent.
Yeah, exactly, right there. Exactly, you just did it again.
Does it really?
Yeah. That's awesome.
There you go.
Right on. So, on that note, even though this is not a sad one, the band is called Sad House Guest Routine, and the song's called Trip to the Coast. Dig this.
What I had most are the ghosts of a trip to the coast, when the world was a blue dome lit by sun. We were poor, but we saw things we won't see no more. The world is limitless when you're young. And in the morning, the tide came rushing in, ignored the warnings. I thought we'd always win, but time was waiting in the wings, and it engulfed us.
sad house guest routine, and that was Trip to the Coast. Now, honestly, this reminded me very much of like a Ringo Starr tune, singing with the Beatles, almost like Octopus's Garden. But then at the end, it had that old kind of like a mid, kind of Western feel to it, in the 1830s, like the Wild West sort of thing. And so, yeah, very cool tune. Good mixture of music.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. The muffled style lyrics, I could hear sort of the Beatles running through it, and it had a very 60s feel with like a skiffle effect. That's what it felt like to me, and it was really catchy and happy, and it was good fun.
Dan?
I quite enjoyed that. I definitely hear the Beatles influence, and the harmonies were very nice in that as well, and nice melody. And I agree with the 60s feel. It was definitely kind of a 60s feel, which I love that sound.
Right on. So, just a few more questions here, Dan. So, with the music you're working on now, do you have any like a set date for a release, or are you kind of going with the flow at this point?
Kind of going with the flow at this point. I have one released already, which is When the Light Fades, which is available on iTunes, Amazon. But I have begun writing different tracks, and I plan to release a new one in the fall, sometime maybe perhaps Thanksgiving, Christmas time.
Right on. Well, definitely keep us posted, because we'd love to have you back on the show for that. Talk about it.
That would be wonderful. Yeah, I so enjoy my time here. It's an awesome show.
Can I just ask a quick question? Am I allowed?
Yeah. I was just about to say, it's your turn.
Dan, no, sorry. Dan, are you a guitar collector?
A guitar collector of some sort, yes. My wife kind of jokes around and says, well, how many guitars do you need? I always want to get more, I have old Gibson Epiphone 12-string and Takamine 12-string, and I even have my first electric guitar I still have, which was an Ibanez Roadstar.
Nice.
Fender Strat 62 reissue.
Oh my God.
With Stevie Ray Vaughan pickups, but ironically I've taken more to the acoustic sound. I don't know what it is. I suppose I'm just mellowing out, and I just really love that acoustic sound because it's so simple and so real and so tangible, and it just I just enjoy it. I guess compared to the rock music piece, but I do acoustic rock, so Neil Young style stuff, but acoustic version.
Right on.
So yes.
Can I ask another one? Can I sneak another one in?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, there's a resurgence in vinyl, and would you ever consider, sort of bringing